Born in Oakland, grew up in Alameda until I was 10 years old, moved out to Modesto in 1992. And it's funny, so I have this idea where when I went to college in St. Louis, in my mind today, I was convinced that I was going to come back to Modesto. But then the way my mom tells the story, she's like, oh my God, I thought you were never coming back. Like, you had options, you're talented, you go anywhere in the world. And so, but there was something that happened when I was in St. Louis. I realized that, I went thinking I was going to have this different experience. I was going to find some different me that was so much cooler than the me that I was in Modesto, and I was going to love it, and I was going to stay somewhere else. But I went to St. Louis, and I was exactly the same person. And so I was like, okay, well, if I'm just going to be me, why be me where I'm not needed? Maybe I'd be almost invisible. Actually, at the time, I did music, and so I was thinking about naming one of my CDs The Invisible Man. Anyways, whole other story. So I realized that, okay, there's a place for me in Modesto, so I come back. So I came back, couldn't find a job in marketing, did odd jobs. I actually was a girls basketball coach, and I was Vanessa's basketball coach at Riverbank. And so I keep threatening her with this team photo that we did. Yeah. So anyway, do that. I keep trying to figure out, do you know how we met, Marianne? I don't know how we met. But somehow Marianne came into my life, and she was a champion for me. And I think one of the things that's really special about the Modesto community is that there are a lot of champions for people. And I think that's a lot of what's happening in this room is we're developing the skills so that when we are champions for other people, we can lead them to greatness. So Marianne kept bugging me and said, do this, Reggie, do that, Reggie. And I was like, I would love to, but I can't, I'm busy, I'm busy. And eventually I was like, okay, if I don't do this one, Marianne's gonna stop asking me, and then I'm not gonna get invited. So did, and I landed, totally changed my life. And so, long story short, one of the things that I'm finding is there's a lot of conversations, and even as we measure the impact that we have through NLN, it's what more are we doing in the community with each other. But a lot of what I'm starting to take away, and I think it's going to be just as impactful, is how much less are we doing, right? And so it's a lot about how we're aligning our purpose with our talents, and it's not necessarily about I was thinking about how to phrase this yesterday, but it's not necessarily about doing more things that have impact, but it's about having more impact, maybe even doing less things, right? And so I think that's one of the things that I'm still trying to really integrate into just my being, but every opportunity I get to kind of gather with you guys and find ways to, one of the things as the weaver of this network, as I'm just realizing that, we all got brought together because we're incredibly busy. So it makes it a challenge to do extracurricular things or even do this network. But the more that we can find that alignment and say, again, it's not as important about how much you're doing, but how much less you can do or how much you can share the burden. You're not alone. I think that's a lot of the power that we're going to be able to have from this, and so that's what I'm excited about working on and helping with. So, yeah, good. Okay. I'm done.